So it feels sometimes like we can settle into a place inside, so quiet, so still, that we become like that pool of water with its glassy surface reflecting all that's around us, but unmoved by what can be seen. And then something comes and a drop of rain makes ripples on the surface of that water and can be felt throughout the whole system, the whole body, throughout the energy field. And for each of us, it's different. When something disturbs the calm water, it depends what it is. It depends who we are. It depends what it vibrates with in us. Does it move us more in our heart? Is it our emotions that are rippled? Whatever it is, wherever it is, the practice we developed together here is one of being that whole calm body of water. And it's not so that we're not disturbed when something ripples the surface, when something drops into that water and causes a wave. It's not about not being disturbed, not feeling, but remembering, feeling as though we're not just the ripple, we're the water. Maybe it's not a raindrop, maybe it's a huge, great pebble. Maybe when it drops in, the ripples cause waves deep under the surface. And whatever those ripples are, whatever those waves, we just know that we're going to return to that place of calm. It's always waiting, it's always there after the ripples have passed, after what rises up in us has moved on out, whether it's just more moving on out through our surface or whether it's caused currents in our deeps. It's a movement, but we are the water, the pond. And that natural state is stillness. And yet, stillness is still aliveness. It's not like there's no movement. In calm waters, there's still the natural flow, the natural movement, the natural thermals, the natural currents Now, when something is really rippling the surface, it's quite difficult to feel our own natural rhythms, but maintaining this practice of returning to them again and again in long journeys, short journeys, and in daily life with instant practices that return attention to that still place in the center of the breath, in the center of the body, or the center of the heart. Maintaining that practice means that when something ripples our surface or even our deeps, it's a lot easier to remember that we are the water. We will return again to our center and to feel again our own natural rhythms and patterns. To remember, in fact, when things are happening that are not comfortable and not pleasant and not nice, that it's not the biggest truth in our picture. That this isn't just a thought we're having, it's a felt, embodied physical reality. To become, in fact, so familiar with our own rhythms and patterns, not knowing what they are, not quantifying and measuring and counting, but being immersed in them, existing within them, living within them. That we know our own truth in harmony, in a state of equilibrium, in a state of calm, aliveness, where we're both the still point and the flow. Gives the courage that's needed to face those ripples when they come, to remember they will pass. It's not truth. What's rising is here to be seen and heard and loved and felt and dissolved into the water that we are, if that water is that infinite, unconditional love. That's the why of this. That's the why of a regular practice. So the words come just to point attention in that direction, to give you the option to choose. Do I want to make this a regular practice? How do I want to integrate this into my day? What instant thing could I do that points my attention back in the moment to my heart and center? And one thing can just be I make the intention to shift my attention to the physical sensation in the center of my chest. And not worrying about where attention goes. Does that happen? What about my thoughts? I'm in my to-do list. None of that matters if we've made the intention. We place a little bit of ourselves right there. I rest here where my heartbeat is. I am both in and outside of time. In this moment, I simply am. And then we've fallen through the gateway into the infinity of ourselves. Can we measure this moment? Who was the I doing the measuring or trying to? Who was the I asking that question? We can invite the body to relax into this moment, this seemingly endless, measureless moment. As though the body is falling in through time, falling into no time. And in this no time, nothingness space, what if something begins? Somewhere in you. A movement, a flow, a path for energy to follow, just like the breath in the body. Maybe there's just the breath. And in this moment, outside space and time, invite, if you will, all things in your life, known, acknowledged, created, the world you've built up around you, everything that makes the picture of your life that's happening right now. Imagine that as though it were inside a drop of water, As you sit in your center and acknowledge the flow you can feel in your body, in the space of you, as you acknowledge the you beyond that flow, in timelessness, ask yourself if you're willing to take that little drop of water with your world in it right now, and just for a moment, just for the space between one breath and the next, to surrender that little drop of everything into this space, beyond it all. Let go of your world, everything you've created, everything you've built up around you, just for a moment, outside time. And you can make this intention if you feel to, if it's a yes for you. I welcome back into my world what's truly aligned with the wholeness I am. What's truly aligned with my highest truth. What's truly aligned with the love that I am. What's truly aligned for me. Calling in grace and loving kindness with the processes that might follow this invocation. That love brings what's for you. As easily as breathing. That you let go of what you're ready to let go of, and it falls away gracefully. But gradually, more and more, the invitation here is to give yourself to this breath of life, of love, self-renewing. Those parts of us that get stuck are the parts of us that are held outside of this breath. We can make this meditation and we won't suddenly have to heal every single part of us that's stuck in separation right now. We only ever let go of what we're ready to move, what we're ready to let go of. We only ever breathe in what we're ready to integrate. This meditation is simply drawing our attention to a very natural process that's going on all the time, inviting us to be conscious of it if we choose, to partake in it with more awareness. It's the meditation version of what we're doing when we say, I let go of what's not for me, I call in what is. And then there's just the breath, the one breathing and the one being breathed, becoming ever more one and the same. Thank you.